Dun 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 dun. Hey everybody, how you doing? This is True Powers Mine, and this is TPIM SR Live. I'm your host. Today's date is November 26, 2019, the year of our Lord. Today, y'all, I have Sister Dorothy Gain on the line. Hopefully, today we can make a miracle happen. We can enrich and empower this sister to be able to enjoy what we refer to as the holiday seasons. Sister Dorothy, you there?
Yes, I am.
Hold on one second. Let me try to boost up the mic. And we are being filmed before a live studio audience, so we will have background. Sister D, welcome to the show. Dorothy, could you kind of let everyone know your backstory? For those who haven't heard you on the show before.
My name is Dorothy Gaines. I'm from Mobile, Alabama. 20 years ago, I was in federal prison doing an unjust sentence of 19 years and 7 months. And I was blessed in 2000. President Bill Clinton commuted my sentence. By then, when I got home, after 77 years, my family was already torn. My mother had died from cancer. My 18-year-old daughter at that time, I came out of college to keep my two younger kids, which was 9 and 11 when I went to prison. When I came home, they was already subjected to abuse. Then when I went to prison, 11-year-old daughter was molested by family members. She's still dealing with that to this day. She's an alcoholic and she abuses because she never could let go how she was abused by family members, raped. I'm dealing with my son that was 9 when I went to prison. He is still balancing. He's in prison himself. He's been in prison for the last 7 years. And I'm dealing with trying to raise his now 13-year-old daughter, along with other issues, and I have a lot of medical issues that's going on. Having to have surgery on both my knees, and I have COPD, a disease that they're trying to keep control. So it's been a uphill journey since being released, but I'm still grateful that I was released and was able to come home to my children, even though the damage had already been done, because I was the only parent, only living parent, and they took me out of the home. So that's why it's so important that they do not break homes. So you have a only parent, at least an only parent. In some cases, I see where they send the mother to prison first and let her come home and send the but we don't get a chance to get that justice. So by me going to prison, leaving these young kids, they was abused and so many different things. So that's what I'm struggling with now. All the financial issues and the abuse of children, having to deal with them all the time, because of my daughter dealing with her kids. Right. And it just, I don't know, just too much.
It is a great deal. It is a great deal to bear. And this is what I talk about. This is the casualty of ill conceived laws. This is the casualties of the war on drugs. Innocent men and women shut down the lane. That means all that job history, all that life experience, all the networking that could have been made was not made because you're confined. This is the danger of not recognizing what's set upon us. Because, yes, today it's Sister Gaines that we're talking about. Tomorrow it could be you, brother or sister. All they got to do is target you, and that's a wrap.
Yes, that law called conspiracy. They can think you know something. And no drugs was ever found. I never used drugs. I never sold drugs. I mean, you can read my case. Dorothy at DorothyGaines.org. I mean, you can go on the website and read it. I never had any interaction with drugs. It was because someone was trying to get that time cut and they start naming names. And this is what the dope is. There's so many innocent people that are locked up doing life sentences because of what somebody said. It's just that easy.
You know what? People won't believe it until people like you start sharing your real story. People are not going to get it. They're not going to understand that all it takes is a snitch over here trying to cut the deal with the prosecutor. Hey, look, boss. Oh, I know who's really on. And if it's an election year and you're melanated, it's a wrap. They're just going to drop your name and you're going to get swatted. You're going to get investigated. And don't forget, Mark Farman and what he did in the O.J. Simpson trial, he dropped some blood, and that was on a murder case. How easy it is to sprinkle a little crack here or sprinkle a little drugs there and make
Yeah, I was just
somebody.
reading up. We have a case now in Alabama where these police officers have planted guns and drugs people to be found out now. They reinvestigated. There's over 1,000 some people that's been locked up and have been. You look at the case in Tulia, Texas, back in 2001. How all those people in the prison in Tulia, this man lied. He was writing dates and times down his leg, and he knew he was lying.
Mm.
You look at another case called Violence. American Ball. That's another case people can look at. There was a story put out, a documentary put out in 1999 about military prison called Snitch.
Hold on, sister. Let me call you back on the other line because this audio is so low over here. Hold on. I'm going to call you right back on the call-in line here. Hold on. I thought. All right. Just give me one moment. That should be somewhat better. Oh, hello, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. I'm going to end the cell phone. That's a lot better sound quality, a lot stronger. Now, can you give us, do you have a Patreon or PayPal? We'll do it in the beginning, then we'll do it towards the end as well, like commercial.
Yes, I do. I have Dorothy MG. It's my PayPal. No, that's not my PayPal. I'm sorry. Did you say PayPal?
Or any like online service that people can.
That's my Cash App. I don't know what I was thinking. My Cash App is Dorothy MG. I do have a PayPal. Trying to think. Would you go to it through my phone number?
Um, I guess so. I guess it could. You could use your phone number. I'm not for sure about
Yeah.
that.
My phone number is 334-268-2094. And if you go through it through my email, it will be obstaclebreaker@yahoo.com. obstaclebreaker@yahoo.com.
Gotcha. Now, can you kind of share with us what's happening with you now?
You know, the obstacle challenge, I have a sister that I have been taking care of. She's been incarcerated for 17 years. I came out of prison in 2000. She went in 2001. Never drink, never did drugs, none of that. And because of some abuse that her husband was doing, she ended up getting a murder case that I didn't have a money to fight. A good lawyer would have got her off, but she took a plea bargain for 30 years, and she's been locked up for 17, going on 18 years. And I have been the sole support of her also, along with my son being incarcerated. It's just been so much having to adjust trying to, I came, my lights was turning off, then having to deal with the red. I don't even want to think about holidays. I have been in such deep depression,
Right.
but I think about how I was incarcerated for the sons of 19 years and so much, and how I fought and I fought and I wrote and I fought to get the president's attention. And I was blessed to get that done. So I know there's a God, and I know what faith does, and I know faith without works is dead.
Yes, that's what I often talk about. It's the spiritual side of things that gets you through these tough spots because anybody can jump up here on a microphone and say some whatever. But when you're actually living down, when you're actually confined, you only got yourself and the spirit to commune with.
I had a wreck um, a year ago going to see my son, him and my daughter. We were almost killed. And it's just so ironic that this particular month that I was having such a band. And I didn't pay the car insurance. So car was towed in the wreck. That has been something that has been pounding on me because when you don't have transportation to do anything, you fail in a lot of things. And that has been torturing me and torturing me. But I wasn't dealing with worrying about material things at that time. I was just thanking God that she and I lived because I think I was being tired and mentally drained. And now I went to sleep and I crossed 4 lanes of highway into incoming traffic. We wasn't hit by any cars. It was
Mm,
black ice that morning, so a lot of traffic was slow. But I went up a hill and hit an embankment and hit a tree. And that's where it got us from off the top of a hill. And I just think about, I look at all the wrecks every time I see a wreck or somebody that's got killed. I think about how God just held us here for some reason.
for
The state
because
trooper could not believe that we wasn't dead. I wasn't hit with the traffic because I went through southbound traffic.
mm,
I was going north and I went through 4 lanes of southbound traffic. And the traffic just, no cars came, no 18 wheelers. And I know it
nothing.
wasn't nothing went through the media. It was nothing but God.
Mm, mm. And this is
So
what
I'm
it's
still
about.
having problems with the rib with my shoulder because I broke my shoulder, but I wasn't killed. So I'm still blessed from that.
Yes, yes, you were. Holy angels were definitely on both sides of that car, guiding it through all that craziness.
It was. When I think about it and look at it, I just cannot believe 4 lanes of interstate traffic. I crossed through the median, went through those 4 lanes, and went up a hill to an embankment and hit a tree. I just want nothing but God.
Mm. You know, about the criminal justice process that you experienced, is it safe to say that liars are often rewarded with goodies from the government?
Of course. The goodies is they get their time cut. How many cases, how many people are sitting in prison because, I'm going to give you an example of my own particular case. Um, went to trial, was 4 of us tried together. That's the first worst mistake that you can have in trial. So anyway, there was a guy that nobody had never seen that the government pulled in that morning of trial. He came in, he was testifying. They asked him, say, pick out the person that you say that you bought an ounce of crack cocaine from. He looked around the courtroom. He looked around. He kept saying, "Oh, that looked like her right there. You wouldn't believe who he picked out.
Mm.
He picked out
A juror.
a juror out of the juror stand. And we just knew the child was going to be thrown out at that moment because you could tell if you know somebody, you know somebody. They went out, the government, and went out and they reached him and somebody that was in the holding cell with him that was testifying for me in my behalf. They told the judge what they did, and they told them that he told them, say, go back in there and tell them that when you first saw that person, they were smaller and they're larger now, and that's how you was not able to identify them when you was first told. That's right. He didn't pick out anybody in the audience, what people there. He picked out a juror.
Mm, mm, mm.
So they just how they come in and they bring them in to lie.
So preparing false witness gets you off the hook. Is there any examples of where it's straight up? I mean, other than your case, it's straight up the snitch or the informant just straight makes lies, and there's no
Yeah, that's
evidence.
why I tell anybody if you want to know how the conspiracy law works, if you want to know how they actually lie in trial, watch the documentary Snitch by Oprah by Kale. It's still out there. You probably find it on YouTube now. Where in 1999 she put out a documentary called Snitch, where even this guy turned on his own lawyer.
What?
Called Snitch in 1999. This happened.
And it's like the
There's
government
another
acts like they don't know.
movie that was put out since I came home with Oprah by Kale. It's called Guilt by Association with Oprah by Kale in it. And if you watch that, you will be afraid of everybody. Just answering a phone, they can say that you knew who was on the other line. Just answering a phone call. They can tie you into conspiracy.
That's simple. You see, this is where it gets dangerous, because as they're
It's that
making new laws. So in other words, let's say that somebody from overseas calls you, one of those tech support people, but they're not really tech support. They're actually like some sort of ISIS or Al Qaeda or whatever. They call your house, you pick up that damn phone, they could try to hit you with some sort of conspiracy charge.
that's right.
That's what time it is.
And
That's
that's
what
what I
time it is.
tell people to know your surroundings and using the phone and saying, okay, well, here she is right here. They can tie you into the spirit just that simple. That's what the movie Guilt by Association shows you. All this woman did was answer the phone and took a message.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. Isn't this almost in the same territory as, I'm sitting there, I'm only 18 years old, my, friends come through, I jump in the car. One of these guys I don't even know is a lunatic. He pulls out a gun from his backpack, starts shooting people. I go to jail just for being in the same car with these dudes.
That's right. It happened every day.
See, now, how is that? How is that really legal? Do you know?
Well, the government don't think that's one law that needs to be put. And I think it's the reason they don't, because if they know they take that law off the book, they can't make a case.
And then guess what? You can't lock up
That's
all
why
these.
that's why the prison is so overcrowded. It's not because the person actually committed the crime. You get more time for conspiracy than you actually for holding the drugs, for having the drugs, really caught with the drugs.
This is why I'm saying this conspiracy thing, almost to me, and I'm an outside the box thinker. It seems like it could be designed to basically oppress certain groups. It could be designed to keep certain voices silenced because no one's going to hear you if you're locked up. Hold on.
It's a sad case. I mean, I'm telling you about it. It's a conspiracy law. It's the worst they have ever wrote. The worst they have put on the book is that.
Hold on. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try going back to the cell phone. I found this Bluetooth speaker because I don't know why, but the sound keeps dropping. Keeps getting low and high over this communication, and this isn't cool. Hold on. I'm calling you again.
Okay.
All right, that sounds a lot better because I know now. Are you familiar with the Patriot Act at all, Sister Games?
Not a lot.
Okay, but it almost seems like we're in that same territory as far as conspiracy and the ability to prosecute a citizen. Because you're a U.S. citizen, you should have been held to the same consideration as Jeffrey Epstein. Well, not like what happened to him. I'm talking about before they locked him up. Look how he was able to do all he did and still get out. And that's only because of
Mm-hmm.
what? He had paper. So could you really tell the uninitiated how important is it when you go to trial to have some money in your pocket?
Yeah, you can have. I had to have what you call a court-appointed lawyer
A
because I couldn't
PA.
afford. I couldn't afford a lawyer.
Now, do you think he did you justice or she did you
Of
justice?
course not. He would never even answer calls leading up to the trial. There was people who wanted to talk to him. That was the people that was on my case. I mean, people that had already been to prison was trying to tell him that the prosecutor had told him that if they would testify against me, that they would set them free the same day. And this guy begged my attorney to come and talk to him so he could tell him what to do at the trial. He never came.
Wow. Wow.
So I know he wasn't working for me.
So he's working for the private. Let's just be not even the state. It ain't even the state at this point. It's a private prison
Yeah.
complex. It's these
He
people who
wasn't
get
working for me. He was working for the government.
mm, mm, mm.
When you have a attorney supposed to be for you, and somebody that's trying to exonerate me, begging him to come and talk to me, have me talk to your lawyer, have him to talk to me, have him to come and talk to me. He never did.
And how long was he your public defender?
He was my public defender for this trial.
I mean, how long did the trial last? Like a couple months or week?
No, it was just only a week.
A week? So within 7 days, you went from being a free woman
Oh yeah.
to being incarcerated. In 7 days,
My
yeah.
judge, my judge did more for me than my lawyer.
That's sad. I mean, it's a blessing, but it's sad that a judge who's supposed to be impartial sees that this circus.
My judge wrote the president of the United States and sent a letter to him overnight and told me he remembered my case. It never left his mind. There was nothing he could do, but he knew that I was not guilty, and he wrote a letter to the president of the United States.
Wow. And this is what I'm talking about. This is a innocent, free woman that was sucked into the system, into the bottomless pit of incarceration, and that snowballs effect.
Yeah.
Babies not around to be raised, family, loved ones not around to enjoy her wisdom, her presence.
Mhm.
And then at the end of the day, you just have to be happy that they let you back out.
Oh yeah, and then the whole home, my life never has been the same since then. Cause you come home to kids that have already been tormented. I don't know what peace is. And I was set free in 2000, but I haven't had peace. Because when I came home, the chaotic that was already done by incarcerating me.
Right. And there's no dollar amount you can put on that. There's no amounts of, oh, I'm so sorry. We messed up. The process failed you. There's none of that. As if they would even give you that option. The only thing that's going to help is by us coming together. Everyone always wants to talk about, well, where are the rappers? And they're not here, but we are. Can't we band together and put something together for this sister? Can't we fund her Christmas miracle, her Thanksgiving miracle? Can we not do that? Because until we start truly and sincerely caring for one another, it's a wrap anyhow. Because the sister's already telling you that legal process already set against you. They got a jail cell waiting for you. Now, they won't give you no Pell Grants. No. If you go to military and risk dying, they'll give you a GI Bill. But the only thing they also have planned for you, other than those two factors, is a jail cell with your name on it.
Yep.
Now, we can either recognize this, address it accordingly. Because once again, let's not forget the sister on the phone is innocent. She's innocent. Just let that sink in. Didn't do nothing wrong. But within 7 days, she went from a state to where she can get up, make her something to eat, send them babies off to school, to you're locked down in 7 days. And she's not alone. She is so not alone. So many brothers, so many sisters out there. We could probably spend 2 or 3 days just naming off their names. Sitting in jail right now as we speak. Right now, as you're getting ready to go to work, or maybe getting ready to go to school, your classes, whatever you may be doing this day, viewer. But right now, as you're going on about your basically fantasy, which we call life, there's brothers and sisters in cages. And then the flip side of this, though, because if a innocent woman can go to jail, that means a guilty man can run free. If an innocent man can go to jail, that means a guilty woman can run free. You see how that works? You see how this universal thing goes? What upsets me the most is that this is not a state secret. This is, oh, by the way, Sister Kathy want me to tell you, Sister Dorothy, she loves your picture.
Thank you. Thank you.
We need to be helping brothers and sisters. You want to talk about oppression? This sister has quite literally been oppressed. Literally. We need to come together, y'all. Pull our little, whatever, our little monies together and make something special this year for her and her granddaughter. Right now, her baby boy, her son, incarcerated. She's left doing what family do, picking up the slack. All it takes, I'm not asking for, if you don't have the money, you don't have the money. But out of the thousands of people who listen to the show, and you may be skeptical or whatever, sending me directly money, whatever, that's cool. But I sincerely ask you to help this innocent sister. All these people can send all this money into all these different organizations and Black Friday sales and all this stuff that has to go from one hand. Send it directly to her. Not me, not this show. Send it directly to her. Call her up. She'll talk to you. Because now is the time that those who can help out those in need. It's so sad we have to wait till this time of year, the most bitterest, cold time of the year, to try to be human towards each other, to try to be kind to each other. It's a sad, sad thing that we have good men and women, due to no fault of their own. Once again, Sister Gain is innocent of the charges. But yet, she's guilty of suffering the consequences of being incarcerated. She's guilty of suffering lost time with her babies, with her children. And at the end of the day, that's all we got, y'all. It's our time. Sister, you want to add anything to this?
Yeah, the hard part, I still try to be a mother for prison because, I had never sit in a club. I never drink. I never be TPIM. I work. Anything my kids can at school, I was active. And that's what the first thing that they went through was, me missing out of school and the teachers about bullying. Now, my kids went through so much about me being incarcerated and they just went through hell. Oh my God.
Right.
Especially when one of the newspaper people uh, did a story on how I was in the community, what type of person I live and they had people paid behind bars. And that picture almost drove my kids nuts. I mean, they had to fight because that's what kids are cruel now, but they was cruel then back then 20 years ago.
Right.
And what they went through mentally can never. I mean, my son tell me now, he say, don't nobody know what I went through the days that I was hungry. It was just too much they went through. And you think people will pull together. And I got asked people, and I would write to the churches, and I would tell them, all I want you to do is be a mentor for my son. He don't have a father. His father died when he was 2 years old. You're a mentor for him, so he won't end up in the system. You know, people didn't come together.
Mm.
They got all these organizations now trying to 100 black men. Had a come together. Things would have been a different, in a different direction, I believe. But there was no hope and no help. That's why I was fighting so hard from the inside.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
Because I knew what they was missing. I knew how I was acting, how I was short when I got out of work and eat lunch with them when I was coming. I knew all that. And they was dealing with that mentally.
And spiritually.
I was a president of the TPIM. My playing ball, I was involved with that. Oh,
Uh-oh. This is this sound quality is killing me, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna try to go back to the other because this one is hold on. We'll try this one again. Hello, Sister Dorothy. Can you hear me?
hello.
Hello. I'm sorry about the sound quality just keeps on going uh out. I don't know what's going on. It's like your voice comes in strong and then it gets so low I can't even hear it. But I think we should be good now for a minute. Hold on. Now you was just telling us about your children and the changes that they were going through.
You just saying what kids have to go through. You bad to commit.
Hold on. I'm boosting the sound up all I can. I don't know what's going on here. All right. Hold on. 1 second. You there, sister? Okay. I don't know what's going on. I got she is on speakerphone or ear. No, she's on speakerphone, but she's not on the speakerphone no more. She should be on the Magic Jack computer phone. That's where she's at now. That's where she's at now. So I don't know if she's having as much difficulty as I am over here. Okay. Sorry about this, y'all. But it's always some sort of technical issue. So it is what it is. All right. Now, sister, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. Now, we already went through all this rhythm and roll. And what it is that we have an unjust system. We have people who are being caught up in the whirlwind of all the legalese. And it's ultimately just a game to make a few people rich. I mean, think about who just got paid off of Sister Dorothy. The judge got paid, the jury got paid, the PA got paid, the prison guard got paid, the cop who brought her in got paid, anybody who transported her from whatever to wherever got paid. All these people got paid. But what did she get? Absolutely nothing. Lost time, broken family members and children because of the stress of separation. You know, everybody's so quick to talk about illegal aliens. We're separated from it. Well, what about this woman separated from her kids? What about that? Based upon these bogus notion of conspiracy that apparently you don't even need evidence. All you need is somebody to stand up. Yeah, they did it. Oh, enough said. That's supposed to be a just society. That's supposed to be worthy of all the venerations. And when we know that this stuff is targeted almost exclusively on us, come on, get out of here. We're supposed to be, as the late Elijah Cummings would say, we're supposed to be better than this. We better than this. We can't be better than this until we correct the wrong of it. That's part of the process of being better. Now, Sister Gaines, is there anything that you would like the government, maybe to do, like maybe set up some sort of branch of the government to help victims of false incarceration?
Yeah, it's just the government. People just need to read these conspiracy drug cases. You know, I look at the fact that we know what the president is, but a lot of people would not even. It's a lot of life sentences been walking out in the last few months. That their life was just, was gone. When they give you life in the feds, that means you come out with a tag on your toe. There's no parole and no probation in the federal system.
Now, what about now? We often heard if you have drug charges, you can't get Section 8, you can't get food stamps.
That is true. That's a lot of things I have. When I came home running to fight for others that was incarcerated and to try and get laws changed. They would have on a food stamp paper, you could murder somebody, you could rob somebody, you could do all this. But on your food stamp application, it would say if you had a drug charge, you can't go to school on a grant with a drug charge. They didn't say just a felony for everything. It was always singled out as a drug charge.
See, this is what I want people to understand. Think about it now, check this out. You get a drug charge, you become a felon, you can't vote, you can't get food stamps, you can't get a lot of other government services.
Well, I've worked on a lot of things with the voting. We got it right. We got it now where felons can vote in Alabama and in Florida and different places. We got that changed since my being home, along with another guy named Paul Robinson and Pastor Kenny Glasgow. We've got it changed now with the voting. We're trying to go get it done in every state where felons can vote, even if you are incarcerated.
Ooh, that would put a spin on the political machine, wouldn't it? Because it's easy.
Oh, definitely.
If you don't have the power to vote, you can't vote these jokers out because then, it doesn't matter how many people are affected by the laws. You see, because now the drug that you was caught up in was the crack. And we all know back then,
right.
if you had powder cocaine, there was significant difference in sentencing
Oh,
versus
of course. It was
rock.
a big difference in sentencing. I mean, it has been in cases in Alabama that I've tried to get publicized where there was three black guys with a white woman. And the black guys were charged with crack. And they let the white woman that's on the same case be charged with powder.
Wow.
Because powder brings a lesser sentence. But what they don't realize is you can't have crack without powder.
No, they realize it, sister. What we fail to realize is these fools understand that most melanated people were messing around with the crack, while most of the non-melanated people were messing around with the powder. So when you
Yep.
bust a dentist who's sitting there snorting a line of coke, you're gonna treat him radically different, even though he has more money that for defense purposes, but you're gonna treat him radically legally different than little Kwame Main down there with a pockets full of stones.
Hmm.
This is what we're up against. You got to understand, we are a targeted group. We are a group that has been quite literally dialed into, and you're just one of
In
the
every way
victims.
possible. In every way possible. It's always us.
Exactly. We're like Judge Joe Brown says, we're the beta test. They beta test everything out on us to see if it flies, and then they implement to the rest of society, because of the fact that there's no reason why we're only 13% of the population, but we're typically anywhere from 60 to 40% of prison populations throughout the nation. Now, you want to talk about conspiracy, but when we flip the conspiracy script and point it back at those imposing these draconian laws on suddenly, no, that's not a conspiracy, you see, true. That's just public policy. No, it is a conspiracy.
Hmm.
And then, sister, have you ever heard of any situations where prisoners were basically medically experimented on?
Yeah, I've heard of all that.
Now, think about this. Here you are, because once you become incarcerated to a certain degree, don't you lose your humanity? You're not considered a full human for whatever fucking, oh, excuse my language, but for whatever reason, you're not considered a human, so they can basically do whatever they want to you.
Mm, mm, mm.
This is where we're at. Now, I know they like to evoke all the images of the gangbanger or the drug kingpin or Mr. Pimp, but those are such fantasies. Most of the people in the game, for real, at the top levels, they're not melanated. They're the only ones who can go through security and no one fucks with them. But the mid-level and lower level dealers, yeah, they are melanated brothers and sisters. Okay, there it is. But if you really want to get the kingpin, you better go and get your cousin. You better go and get your uncle, your daddy, because he's the one putting it off. How many of those CIA dudes that were bringing in the cocaine during Iran and Conquer? How many of them were brothers? Now we all know about Freeway Ricky Ross. Okay, he is an exception to the rule. He's just like that 1% who plays basketball professionally. He's like that 1% who plays or plays music for a living professionally. Exception to the rule. But Barry Sills was not a melanated brother. You see, when we really break down this game, and that's all it is, you got to realize we're on a court. And when they take your ass to court, the game is still being played.
That's true.
And the sad thing about it, and this is what made me want to do the show today, is that there's casualties to this game. Prior to all the legal stuff you had to go through, sister, did you realize the game was this deep on a legal in a legal
I
way?
didn't. I just knew that I was going to come home. My heart was I was going to come home because I knew I wasn't guilty. I did not know how the system was set up. I did not know.
Mm,
They tried to get me to give names. They tried to get me. I couldn't tell them nothing I didn't know.
right. You didn't want to bear false
And I
witness on your
wasn't going to
brother.
lie and have my kids killed while I was gone.
Mm, mm.
So it's a dangerous game out there.
Now, you said something very interesting. You get your kids killed while you're gone. While you're up there snitching, people may touch your family. You see, some of this, and this goes back to the so-called black on black crime. Some of this is artificial stress placed on people. This fool's over here lying, and the next thing you know, his cousin gets clipped. Next thing you know, his brother gets clipped. He's in jail. He might not be touchable, but people outside gets clipped. But if they didn't have this legal nonsense to jump off, nobody would have been touched in none of that. You see, there's a
And
war.
my ex girlfriend told him, even though we wasn't together, but he never lied on me. He said she knew nothing. This woman worked. Whatever I done, I did it secretly. She knew nothing I was doing, and that was him that the government tried to get him to lie and say I did, and they would let him walk free. He said I'm not gonna lie because this woman did nothing. And you would expect that a guy that you wasn't with anymore would get up there and say themselves, but he actually told him she didn't know anything. She was a working woman.
Mm. Well, he was, never underestimate the spirit of righteousness. It shines at the weirdest moment. But you're absolutely right. In most cases, you better not bank on your ex being an upright person and not lying to get their ass out of jail on the real. Now, that's just some common sense there, youngsters. We got to understand, man, this thing is very serious. Nobody
Very
wants to
serious.
be cooped up in no chicken cage. Are you out your mind? People are, why do you think Jeffrey Epstein's worm meat right now? Because he knew, see, talking about naming names, that dude could have named some names that would have brought down the whole little house of cards. But before they let that happen, and you better bet if you had information like that, it would happen to you, you will be snuffed out. You will be liberated from life before you let your little secret out. And there is no way to be immune from this other than correcting the corrupt politicians to begin with. So I got a little fight almost occurred. Come here. You come here. Go to your brother's room. Now, is there any advice you can give to the youngster sister about trying to avoid this whole situation the best they can?
Be careful at all time of your surroundings. And if you see anything that's wrong, run.
Mm.
Get away from it. Don't think because it's him that they won't get you. Because if they see you with that guy at any time, they feel like you know something. They're gonna tie you in and they're gonna start drilling you, and everybody's not gonna be strong.
Mm.
Everybody's not gonna be strong. And
Kate.
it's just a domino effect. You just bring in more and more and more people.
Yes, it is, and that's more and more profits for private prisons.
That's exactly right. Because there are so many people that's got money, judges, senators, lawyers, they got money tied into this privatizing prison. They get money from commissary how expensive it is to live in prison. It's
Mm.
very expensive to live in prison. And if I hadn't been there, I would never have believed it, how expensive. It's triple the amount that you would pay out here.
For anything, bar soap, little snack cake, anything.
Yeah, a little packet of Roman noodles where we pay 12 or 15 cents out here, it's almost $1 in there.
And think about it. How much do prisoners get paid? Those who are fortunate enough to work, like a nickel an hour or
Well,
something.
this is something I go into the schools and tell when I was able to go into the school and tell kids. I show them I have a chart. If you have an education, if you have a high school diploma or a college degree, you make 12 cents an hour in federal prison.
Uh,
That's with the education. Now, if you don't, they pay you $5.95 a month.
what?
A month.
$5.95 a month, and a package of ramen noodles is damn near $1.
That's what I'm saying. Your even out in the prison, your family got to still take care of you.
Wow. And there's just not enough nutrition in that little lunch bucket that they provide.
Exactly.
Wow. This is the game, man. So they keep you starving. They keep you underneath their little basically peasant wage. I mean, come on, 12 cents an
And
hour.
I had to fight when I was in prison. I had to go on national TV, national news, because they had taken the tampons away, saying that if there was budgetary restraints, how are you going to tell us about budgetary restraints? You put us in prison on incarceration.
Right.
What budgetary restraints you going to have that you're not going to be able to afford to give us a tampons for free?
That's
Well, you
crazy.
can't even make enough money on commissary. I think at that time it was $7 a box. If you
Oh,
make it $5.94 a month, how can you afford that?
and what do they expect
So
these
I had to
women to
go on
do, quite
national
literally?
news, and then they gave them until that evening to have them put back out where women could get them. I think they still have a problem right now with that same issue again.
But see, my concern with that, though, what happens when we find out that these female prisoners were being used as medical experiments, meaning that either they're dropping little droplets on the tampons to see how it affects their ovaries, or they're using GMO cotton to make the tampons to see how it affects their bodies. And that's why they'll give
Yeah.
it for free, because it's really market research. And once they get the data, guess what? You better buy these because we ain't gonna do it for free no more. That's horrible. That is straight up horrible. So you're gonna can you give us your cash app real quick before we go?
My cash app is Dorothy M.G. DOROTHY $DOROTHYMG. My
Okay.
phone number, someone needs to call me about something or to talk to me, is 334-268-2094. Again, 334-268-2094. My email is obstaclebreaker@yahoo.com.
Got it. I pray to the Most High that someone out there will bless you today in secret, in secret. No fanfare, none of that. Just you and her. Call her whatever you need to do. But let's help brighten this woman's rest of the year up. Let's try to make a true miracle for the holidays. All right, Dorothy, sister, you got anything else to say to everybody?
No, I can come back on later, and I like what's going on in the system. I hope everybody are happy and blessed holiday.
Right on. Right on. All right. Well, thank you for being on the show. And I just hope that you get blessed today. Not tomorrow, but
Thank you
today.
so much.
You're welcome, sister. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Well, y'all, terribly sorry about the sound quality. Even the studio audience kind of acting up. It is what it is. This is life, y'all. I just want to share that message. It was on my spirit to make this show today. If I can facilitate something that helps her out, helps others out, man, that's a victory. That is a victory. And I just want to say thank you to all the listeners who's bared through all the ups and downs with the show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because liberation, unfortunately, is far more than just a notion. It takes work, it takes patience, and it takes commitment. Well, this will conclude TPIM SR Live for today. Today's date, November 26, 2019, the year of our Lord. As always, I ask you live your life of integrity without hate, envy, or greed. As always, brothers and sisters, please let's try to be kinder to each other. Peace in our power, unity in our victory, and dignity in our respect. Liberation. I'm out.